I'm checking in here live. Checking in here live. Checking in here live. Haven't been live in a while here. Can y'all hear me? And I ain't been live in ages. Can y'all comment and tell me if I'm being heard? Okay, it says I can allow guests in. I think I'm live. I pray I'm live. Y'all tell me if I'm live or not. Okay, they got a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get in here and find John Barnett here. Let's see if I can find me some Barnett. We're going to get right down to business. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Bear with me. I haven't been live in a while. I'm trying to get John Barnett on here. Shout out to John Emmett Shabazz. He's fighting over in West Virginia. Okay, trying to see how I get my guest on here. Invite friends to watch. Join me on video, okay. I guess Barnett will request me. I guess that's how it works. John Barnett, you request me. And thank y'all for tuning in. Tune on in. I got some important things to talk about. Share. I've been live in ages. And so thank you for joining me. Trying to get my little communication set up here. Let me pull up my legal rights information. Okay. Anyway, we'll pull that up. Get my files right. All right, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune on in. Y'all tune on in. Tune on in and spread the word here. I'm going live here from Washington, D.C. From Washington, D.C. I'll bring you on, John Barnett. If you tune in here again, good morning, Miss Williams. Boy, I'd love to have you on here too. I don't know if you can come on. Good morning. Honors to Miss Priscilla Till. Okay, so let me give it a few minutes to warm up. What I'm doing is I'm going to be giving a national report and a report from the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., or of the nation of America, America's capital, Washington, D.C. I'm going to give a live report from the attack and the invasion and the military occupation of Washington, D.C. by President Donald Trump. And ahead of that, I have national business to talk about from the national movements and organizations that I'm a part of. So I won't waste your time. I rarely go live, but I'm going to start communicating better and not being shy about it, because the time dictates that we must have better communications. So invite your friends in. Good morning. My name is attorney Malik Shabazz, and I'm a lifetime attorney and warrior and fighter for our people. I'm in Washington, D.C. So tune in, because we have to talk about what's happening in Washington, D.C. We have to we're going to talk about the invasion that's headed for Baltimore, the invasion that's headed toward Chicago, the attack to dismantle black mayors by the President of the United States. We're going to talk about your rights against police misconduct and police abuse. What are your rights? How to deal with the police? We're going to talk about Emmett Till. Before that, we're going to talk about Emmett Till and big things happening with Priscilla Williams Till. So we got hot news here on these reports, and then I got to get off because I got to work. I got work all day with the phone line is ringing and ringing here at the Black Lawyers for Justice headquarters because we don't run from the fight. We run to the fight, and because of that, it creates a lot of work and labor, but somebody got to do the labor and do the work. Okay, so good morning. Let's get started here. First of all, giving gratitude and giving honor to ourselves and our God for allowing us to struggle in this hour. We want to give gratitude and give thanks because we're honored to be on the planet. Despite the mischief that the devil is spreading on the planet, we have gratitude and honor to be on the planet in this hour. Gratitude to be strong and healthy and able to fight in this hour. We have gratitude that we have some fighting forces and that we have not laid down. So gratitude. I want to give gratitude to my staff here that is working very hard, that supports me. And I could not do anything without staff because it's a lot of work. So I want to give gratitude to my special assistant and my communications director and one of my longtime allies, Sister Khalida Ramala Bastet. I want to give gratitude for what she has done for our movement and gratitude for the help that she gives me in all areas of work. Gratitude, Sister Khalida. Gratitude for Brother Mintu of Artifacts Clothing. Mintu is key and critical to our struggle. Gratitude to you, Brother Mintu. I want to say gratitude to my personal legal staff right here in Washington, D.C., Sister Maya, who's working hard every day in the injury department and working hard to keep me on point with everything that I have to do. Gratitude for Sister Myra, my Spanish-speaking assistant that's helping my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters in this hour. I want to give gratitude to Brother Sheikh Akbar, Imam Akbar, who is here in Washington, D.C., who's working hard and there's big expectations for him. Gratitude for Brother Akbar in this hour, who's doing a great work. Imam Akbar, the Black Panther movement. Gratitude to Sister Janae, Sister Nzinga of the Black Panther movement, who's working hard towards September the 6th. That's on my list today. September the 6th, Million Youth March anniversary from Sister Janae, Sister Nzinga. Gratitude for you. Gratitude to over there in Baltimore. Gratitude for Brother Fit Moses. Gratitude for Fit Moses in Baltimore, who is the organizer for the Black Panther movement in Baltimore, and he's facing a trial, and he's a fighter for reparations on our people, and we want to give gratitude to Brother Fit Moses. I'm doing the forward for his book, and Fit Moses, I want you to be on the lookout for great things from Brother Fit Moses in Baltimore. Gratitude to Sister Kayla, who's working the offices, the local offices of our movement, the Black Community Resource Center, the AIDS and the Afro-Descendant Nation in Washington, D.C., and the movement, our movement. And right here, Sister Kayla, Queen Kayla is working hard. Gratitude for you. Gratitude for my great ally, comrade, and my spokesman, who has just returned from Jamaica, where he was excellent representation and organization in Jamaica, coming off of giving most excellent service in the nation of Burkina Faso as he spearheaded our delegation. And I want to give honor to my great elder, my advisor, and my spokesman, and the Pan-African director of the Black Panther movement, and that is Elder Mamoja Ajabu. Mamoja Ajabu. Honors to him in this hour. Okay, and so again, I'm coming to the National Guard, and I'm coming today in my capacity as the national president of Black Lawyers for Justice. I will be speaking in my capacity as the national president of Black Lawyers for Justice, and a man right here in my town where I live in Washington, D.C. that is not going to lay down to Donald Trump's invasion and attack. And so the word is spreading, and we're going to get to that in a moment. Word is spreading throughout the city that there are some attorneys to defend, and there is a counterattack going on, and I'm coming to that shortly if that's what you're here for. Okay, so let's cover a few items of national business. I'm looking for John Barnett to Ishmael al-Salam. Peace. I'm looking for John Barnett to ask to join so that I can bring him in. At some point he will, but I'm going to speak on him right now also, that Brother John Barnett, the great national activist, is a great man. It was a surprise, but not a shock, that when we had our news briefing at the Metropolitan Police Department headquarters yesterday, that John Barnett from North Carolina was right there on the scene with us. He just popped up. And that's the kind of man he is. And this is the kind of man that Khalid Muhammad loved. I mean, this man is everywhere all the time fighting for our people. And he deserves support. He deserves whatever he gets, he deserves it. He's a hell of a political consultant, and he's a hell of a organizer. And I want to be clear that I'm support John Barnett. John Barnett has supported me unquestionably over the months and the years. He stood up since we first started on the Emmett Till case, and through Rankin County Goon Squad and the convictions of the 132 years that the officers got, and the big fight against racism and police brutality in Mississippi and elsewhere. It's John Barnett of True Healing Under God, a national civil rights leader, and he has a great spirit and a great attitude. He has an infectious spirit. Honors to you, Brother John Barnett, man, and honors to all of y'all as we get going. Assalamu alaikum, and Black Power, and we must have justice. And we don't have any peace, and we got to have justice and self-determination. Okay, so I want to open up and say that as we get going, we are always committed to self-determination here. We're always knowing that we have the power within ourselves to defend ourselves and to solve our problems and to develop whatever we need to develop so that we will have the power of self-determination, where we're not just complaining or moaning or being victims of what white society and white power is doing to us. We do have the power of self-determination. That's what we're doing here. So I do want to say, before I get into Washington, D.C., I want to say honors to that great leader in Burkina Faso, that great young man who I am honored to serve, and that we're honored to serve under the label and the organization of Friends of Traore in the West, that we are honored to serve the Honorable Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso. We must say that before we get going, that the president of Burkina Faso, His Excellency, Ibrahim Traore, is doing a great job. And his ambassador in Washington, D.C., Ambassador Coulibaly, oh man, he's doing a great job. And you can go on the website of the Embassy of Burkina Faso. You can see Ambassador Coulibaly in Cincinnati, see him in Houston, see him in Atlanta, see him in New York. He's traveling all over the United States, educating the people of Burkina Faso who are here as residents, giving support to the ones here that are here on visa. And he is overall a great man, and all of us, we are in strong support of the Sahel states and our drive for independence in Africa, and to have that kind of nation in Africa where we want to build with and have citizenship with and to live in, and that is the Sahel states right now under that progressive leadership of Abdul Rahman Tijani, President Goita in Mali, and in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. And we are part of that. We're happy to be a part of that. So I want to give a shout out also to ADDI, African Development Institute, African Diaspora Development Institute, under the leadership of Dr. Arikana, under the vice presidency of PLO Lumumba. Those are our family, Dr. Arikana, PLO Lumumba in Africa. They have a big trip in November to Burkina Faso, and we honor them. We are their allies. Honors to Brother Philip Springer in the Caribbean of ADDI and also of the African Indigenous Sovereign Peoples Alliance. Hope I got that right. My brother Philip Springer and Dr. Truth Bay and all of our allies in the United Front. Brother Baleka, Safiwe, and others. Everybody that's fighting for what we're ultimately fighting for, which is the unification of all black people around the world who want independence and self-determination, that we are a part in building that united front. And so honors to the Afro-descendant nation under that great pioneer and apostle for the reparations movement, who I'm happy to serve also. I'm a servant. I'm happy to serve President Traore in the East. I'm happy to serve the Honorable Silas Mohammed and the Afro-descendant nation in the West. The Afro-descendant nation, who I serve as the National Reparations Conductor, I'm happy to report that the Afro-descendant nation is growing fast in this hour. That the Afro-descendant nation it's our drive as black people in the West for self-determination and reparations. That's what this Afro-descendant term is about. It's about our legal right to self-determination and reparations. And I'm happy to know that that movement is growing fast in this hour. I honor the president of the Afro-descendant nation under the Honorable Silas Mohammed, Sister Queen Akila Mukarram, and Sister Tahida, and Brother Ishmael, Governor General Ishmael, and all of the officers. We're happy to know that that we're growing fast in this hour, and we're helping to unify our people in the Western Hemisphere and all over the globe. And I'm happy to be a part of this growing Pan-African movement, the Afro-descendant movement, and I'm happy to be part of this liberation movement. And so with all of that being taken care of and out the way, one more piece of business. I see Priscilla Williams is on the line here. I'm going to have her on live. I need to show her how to get on Facebook Live, and I want her to speak to y'all live here on my page. They've taken my pages. I mean, honestly speaking, I've had many bigger pages than the one I have now, but they find a way to just shut my pages down. I haven't been guilty of any community violations. I don't have any kind of speech violations. I try to go within the rules, and still they find a way to make sure that they've taken my pages, all my pages, or they banning me or blocking me. And I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't even violated their rules. So I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right if they keep trying to suppress or knock down the work that I'm doing on behalf of our people and the work that I'm doing in continuity with my teacher, my trainer, and the man that have mentored me in my young life since being a Howard Law School student, and that is Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I carry on his work and his legacy. So again, honors to the Honorable Silas Muhammad, honors to President Ibrahim Traore, honors to the Afro-descended nation, honors to the Black Panther movement, and honors to all of y'all that's out there fighting. Let us put our petty differences aside. Let us unite. Honors to Minister Louis Farrakhan and his followers as he's in his 90s. Honors to him and what he has established that enables us to go forward in this hour. Honors to Priscilla Williams Till, Miss Priscilla Williams Till in Mississippi. The Emmett Till's files have come out now, and over 6,000 pages have come out now from the U.S. Justice Department has closed the case of the murder of Emmett Till. And, well, that's questionable. Should it be closed? But anyway, they've closed it and released the files. And these files are important. I am the attorney. I'm one of the attorneys for the Emmett Till family. I'm one of the attorneys. And I am the specific attorney for Priscilla Williams Till. I'm honored to be an attorney for this great Black woman and this great future senator from the state of Mississippi. And she was heard yesterday in a briefing that we have, and we're going to rebroadcast here. She's a great speaker and a great person from a great family. So I need to let y'all know that be on the lookout for Priscilla Williams Till. Be on the lookout for this great representative of the Emmett Till family, this Emmett Till weekend coming up of his lynching and his assassination in Mississippi. And shout out to Deborah Watts and her attorney. Shout out to the whole Emmett Till family. But this Till family is important to America, and it's important to our struggle. And everything that I'm saying about what we're doing in America is important to our Pan-African struggle. When you've heard that term and you heard our elder, Mumoja Ajabu, talk about the Pan-African struggle, well, we're talking about the Pan-African struggle now in the West. We're talking about us that have been captured in the West and enslaved in the West and oppressed in the West, and our unique fight for our liberation. So honors to Priscilla Williams Till, who was standing up for the people of Mississippi, standing up as a fresh voice, standing up as a black woman, standing up and representing the power of black women in this hour. Be on the lookout for Priscilla Williams Till as the next United States Senator from the state of Mississippi. She's strong, she's intelligent, she's committed. She's what we need in this hour. And so I'm going to have her on here, and I'm going to bring her on one morning here soon. And because she's nothing but class, dignity, strength, and defiance, and she comes from a royal family. The Emmett Till family is a royal family of black people in the West. Okay? And so I'm coming to the National Guard in D.C. and Black Lawyers for Justice, and I'm coming to it fast because I got lots of work to do today. But we are part of a movement. I want you to be in good spirit, despite what Satan is doing in this hour, despite what the devil is doing in this hour, despite what the forces of occupation are doing in this hour. We still have to bear witness that we have good news in this hour. We have good news in this hour that we have a movement. We have leadership. We have freedom fighters. We have lawyers. We have defensemen. We are not powerless. We are not without hope. We are not without means to fight back. We may face great odds, but I'm still here to tell you that God is real in this hour, and God is alive in person. and he's alive in person of the people that are standing up fighting in this hour. That God is real, and he's real in the actions that we're taking. He's real in our persons. He's real in our movements in this hour. So there's good news to bring about. Now, we are here under attack here, Washington, D.C. And yesterday we were at the Metropolitan Police Department headquarters. And shout out to Imani Mati and Dante's and them. I can't forget my brothers because they on the line with us. Brother Yahuru, Brother Harold Hunter, Brother Yahuru, and others. We building everywhere. We building. We were at the Metropolitan Police Department headquarters because we have announced that Black Lawyers for Justice that we are taking on the legal fight here on the ground in Washington, D.C. Against the National Guard and the federal police attack and any other police that are out here harassing and violating the constitutional and Fourth Amendment rights of our people. That's what we announced yesterday, that we are on the move. And we are on the legal attack, and we are marshaling our staff, our resources, and I'm in the legal tank, and I'm giving hours and hours. I mean, I got to put work in to now answer the calls, to respond, to evaluate the cases, and to meet the challenges of the time. I didn't know that I would have to go to this level in this time, but this is where Mr. Trump has brought us. Donald Trump is bringing the fight to us in Washington, D.C. The president of the United States, as a matter of fact, is bringing the fight everywhere on the planet. He's bringing it to everybody. I compare him to the Leviathan of the scriptures. Leviathan is a certain kind of beast in the scripture that is a multifaceted beast. He's capable of fighting many enemies at many times. And in the book, it talks about a Babylon of the scriptures and a mystery Babylon. Babylon and a mystery Babylon. And well, the scriptures teach us that Babylon had her ships in the waters of every nation. That Babylon had her ships in the waters of every nation. And the United States government, under the leadership of Donald Trump, has military bases all over the world. They have their ships in their people's waters and their military and people's business all over the world. And he's fighting Iran over here. He's helping to commit genocide against the Palestinian people with the help of another war criminal, Netanyahu in Palestine. So one war criminal, Donald Trump, is in collusion with another war criminal, and they're killing innocent civilians and journalists and bombing hospitals in Gaza. This is the capacity of this beast. And he's over here have bombed Iran and threatening Iran and has his tentacles all in the Middle East. He's in the Far East. He's in Europe. He's in South America right now. I'm coming to Washington, D.C., but I got to tell you the nature of the enemy that you're dealing with and still give you hope in this hour that you can deal with this enemy, but you got to know what he's doing. We got to wake up here on this morning. We got to get our minds right, and I think I can help you to get your mind right. In Venezuela, Donald Trump is attacking Washington, D.C., but he's threatening Venezuela in this hour. He has his ships in the Caribbean Sea, and he is threatening Venezuela in this hour. He has destroyers and battleships off the coast of Venezuela. He's wagging the American imperialist saber sword gunboat diplomacy off the coast of Venezuela to threaten the Venezuelan people who are doing nothing to threaten America, nothing to harm America. But he's flexing his muscles in this hour, flexing his military against Venezuela in this hour, threatening Venezuela. He's threatening his muscles in America, threatening the mayor of Washington, D.C., threatening Muriel Bowser, threatening the black mayor, the black governor of Maryland, Westmore, threatening him in this hour, threatening the black mayor of Chicago in this hour with his military force, and he's going to take over. He's going to stop crime, and he's threatening foreign nations and committing genocide all at the same time. Man, this is a multifaceted beast and a multifaceted enemy. And to be honest with you, this is the most powerful and wicked enemy that has existed in the last 6,000 years and may have existed in the last 50,000 years on our planet. That's how wicked and this enemy is. And so just for us to appear on this broadcast and to say that we're going to challenge that force, and just for you who are listening to say you're going to challenge that force in Washington, D.C. or anywhere on the planet, that means you must believe in something greater than the power of Satan, something greater than the power of occupation, something greater than the power of this enemy. There must be something greater in you than the wicked power that is in the world. I hate to sound like I'm preaching up on here because I'm supposed to be lawyering, and I am lawyering, but I can't lawyer without the power of God. Because without a divine backing and a divine belief and a divine knowledge, then we were just wasting our times. We have to understand that there is a power in the world that is even bigger than this wicked power that is trying to oppress us. And that's what I'm here to get across, man, even at the cost of my life. Even at the cost of my life, or the cost of whatever persecution I must face, I must say that I must go forward because we don't have a choice to go forward. We must choose the right moral force in this hour, or we must leave the planet. We're talking about D.C., yes. We're also talking about a black woman that is being slapped around by a powerful white man, Donald Trump. Now, I've had some serious policy disagreements with the mayor of the District of Columbia, Mayor Muriel Bowser. And when it comes to gentrification, when it comes to the handling of our people in this city and other critical issues. But she still is a black woman. And still, as a black man, I don't like it when I see a white man bullying a black woman. I don't like that. And so I still have a moral obligation to even defend her in this hour because we have a common enemy. Now, Mayor Bowser has done everything she can to appease Donald Trump. She has gone out there and scrubbed the streets and taken up the Black Lives Matter sign she put down. She done that to appease Donald Trump. She has been conciliatory. She has been all she could do to try to do what I believe that she's sincere about. I believe that she is sincere about protecting the economy and the jobs of the residents of the district and making sure that the jobs are right and that the economies are right and that everything is not destroyed in her capacity as mayor. But he's talking real smart to her, and he has disrespected this black woman. And that's one reason why I, as a black man, am standing. And I'm talking to black men now as we go forward in this conversation. The black woman of America and the black woman of the world must know that she has a black men that can stand on her behalf. black women of the world and black women of America and black women of Washington, D.C. must know that a black man exists that is willing to defend her and to protect her. Do you hear what I'm saying? It is unacceptable to keep going forward and a myriad of attacks are coming against our people, and black women have to wonder whether the black man is present or absent. And so I'm checking in, man. I'm checking in as a black man, fundamentally as a black man. Whether you Democrat, whatever your affiliation is, it hardly don't matter to me in this hour. I'm checking in as a black man to let the black woman know that there's at least one black man that is willing to stand up to the tyranny of the white man, Donald Trump. And I need to know, are there other black men who are listening, who are on this broadcast, who are willing to take a similar stand in this hour? I need to know this. I need to see a black fist. If you're a black man out here and you're not going to be embarrassed and let black women believe that no men are present. And if you're tired of black men being talked bad about, tired of black men saying that black men aren't doing their job, this is our time to make our mark. This is our time to make up for ground. And I know that there are many strong men I named, and there are many strong brothers out there. I'm asking us as black men to come together and to unite in this hour. I'm asking us to put our petty differences aside in this hour. I'm asking us to squash the beast and to concentrate and to know of who our real enemy is. And that our women and our children and our daughters and sons must know that we have men that are ready to defend, stand, fight, and if necessary, in self-defense, kill or do whatever it takes in self-defense to get us out of this condition. Because we are not less than others who have given their lives for the objectives of their nation. Germans gave their lives in the defense of their nation in World War II. Russians gave their lives in the defense of their nation in World War II. Are we less men than other men who have given lives and have gone to war for the objectives of their nation? Are we less men, as Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, whose name we come in today, are we less men than those that have gone before us? They've given their lives and they've taken life for the objectives of their nation. Are we less than them? Come on, man. All right, okay, I know. Tone it down. Calm down, Malik. Okay. I'm going to level out. I got to get up to the right altitude, and then I'm going to level out. But I got to get up to where we got to go in this flight, and then we're going to level out. But that's the reason why I'm here, man. I'm here because, man, I'm passionate about this, and this is a moral fight, and it takes time, work, and labor, and we're willing to do it. So let's get right down to it. Say, brother, you've been trying to get down to it, but there's a lot going on. Now, we're in Washington, D.C. We're fighting back. We're putting up a fight. If you have been harassed, if you have been beset upon, if you have had your rights violated by the National Guard, federal police, or the Metropolitan Police Department, I want you to text 240-688-0735. 240-688-0735. I want you to text because we at Black Lawyers for Justice are going to evaluate that case. And if necessary, we'll bring that case. That's right. We're willing to bring the cases for searches and seizures that other lawyers have told you know about. Yes, this fight is not easy all the time. Yes, it's not an easy settlement all the time. Yes, it's not something that's going to be handed to the lawyer automatically all the time after a news conference. And these are the kind of cases we want to fight. These are the kind of cases that we're going to fight here in Washington, D.C. The so-called little cases. That case where that cop bust down that door without a warrant and burst into that home without a warrant. We want that case. That case where they went into your car and just went into your car and had no reason, and your car was parked and they started searching your car. We want that case. That case where they stopped you on the street, forced you to show your identification, did not have a reason to stop or did not have a reason to detain you, but they just held you without cause. You say, well, I was just happy to get away. Let's look at that case. We want that case. You could be compensated for that case. But outside of the compensation for the case, we want the officers held accountable. Now, as a general rule here, get the badges of all the officers that are dealing with you at all times and don't back down off of that. Get that name, get that badge number, and get that information of those cops and pursue that, and don't back down from pursuing it. No matter how many cops are around you, don't back down from getting that badge number and getting that name and calling for that white shirt and getting that white shirt information, or that supervisor, that white shirt. You must get the information, and right now is our time to get some backbone, and don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by the police, because that's what they want to do, intimidate you into talking, intimidate you into not asking for the information. And because they have more numbers and they have the uniforms on and the numbers, and then they want to intimidate you. And now is the time you take that moral stand, and now is that time you stand up in Washington, D.C. So as a general rule, get the badge numbers of the police that are bothering you or bothering somebody else, and get that information, and don't compromise. Film. Use that video camera. You have the right to film the police in the course of their duty. You have a constitutional right to film the police. Use it. You only have to remain at what they call a reasonable distance. And they're not going to make it easy on you, but you still got to use that camera and send that video, text that video to 240-688-0735. Use that video. If a police officer interferes with you using your camera to videotape and record them, they have violated your constitutional right, and there's a penalty to be paid by that officer. As we said yesterday, and as the word is spreading, we're suing these officers first and foremost in their individual capacity. Suing them as individuals. John Jones, Officer Steve Smith. No, we're suing you personally. And we're going after your personal assets, your personal bank accounts, your personal cars, whatever you have in your personal name. We're going after you personally in the legal attack, first and foremost, because you are trying to serve as a minion or a foot soldier for Donald Trump. And so we're going to go after Trump's foot soldiers and his minions first, the little guys out here on the streets trying to be tough guys, trying to crack down on our people as a minion, as a puppet for the president. Well, we're going after his puppets personally, individually. And We're going to see if your puppet master defends you the way he's sending you out on the front line. We're going to test to see whether Donald Trump is going to defend you, black officer, black puppet, black minion on the ground here, Mr. Crime Fighter. We're going to see whether Donald Trump is going to support you when things get tight, because I guarantee you he's using you as a tool, using you as a little fool, and when your time comes to be defended, Donald Trump is not going to defend you. He's only using you as a tool, black officer. Black officer, he's using you as a tool, and I warn you today, don't be a puppet and a tool for Donald Trump. If you're going to be a police officer, be conscious of the fact that, as Khalid Muhammad said, you're a black man first and a police officer second. You are a black man or a black woman first and a police officer second. And if you have the authority in uniform, you should try to reach your people and to reform your people before you become a dog for this enemy. To the police chief, I'm going to keep it calm. I know. Don't, all my law partners, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I got us here this far, so I know what I'm doing. But sometimes I'm not in control of what I'm saying. It just has to come out. Now, the police chief of the District of Columbia, Miss Pamela Smith. Miss Pamela Smith, I know you want to keep your job. I know you want to retain authority over the police of the District of Columbia. I know you don't want Donald Trump to come and put somebody over you and to completely take over your department. But Miss Police Chief Pamela Smith of the Metropolitan Police Department, unless you believe the lies of Donald Trump that you have been a complete failure in doing your job, unless you believe the propaganda and the lies coming from the White House that you are an abject failure, you should not become a reactionary police chief and now send your Metropolitan Police out there to work with the Secret Service and the Park Police and all these other federal police, and have your police out here beating on black people and violating their rights to show that you fighting crime. I'm going to prove now to the mouse. I'm going to prove to Mouse of Trump that I'm a fight crime too. I'm a fighting crime. You don't have to prove anything to him, sister. Miss Pamela Smith, remember this, Chief. You're a black woman first. You police chief second. You're a black woman first and police chief second. You don't have to follow what the president is trying to get you to do, because there are other means. So I want to say this to my family. I want to say this to my sister, some of my family in Ward 8, Southeast Washington, D.C., Sandra Seegers, Councilman Trayon White, and others who are either directly support the National Guard or calling for the National Guard. I'm praying that you and my black family, Miss Sandra Seegers and Councilman White and others, I pray that we have a different message and a different path. We don't need the National Guard, and we don't need military occupation under any circumstances. There are no circumstances that you should welcome military occupation of your community because you're frustrated with black youth or crime in the community. If you fall for that false line of logic, you're taking us step by step to the concentration camps. If you fall for the false line of logic that we must have a military occupation to solve our problems, that we can even tolerate the abandonment of human rights and constitutional rights in favor of safety and security, you're helping lead our people into the detainment camps that the Japanese were led into right here in America not too many years ago. This is where we'll be headed if you adopt the enemy's logic, because he will plant people to create crime. Hell, he already planted people to create crime. He planted the crime in the black community. Yes, it's true that a 19-year-old shot and killed somebody, a 16-year-old shot and killed somebody, a 21-year-old shot and killed somebody in the District of Columbia. Yes, it is true that there's a cocaine trade, a fentanyl trade, a methamphetamine trade. Do black people bring fentanyl and methamphetamines and cocaines into the black community or from overseas? How the hell does it get into the community? Is crime in the black community originated in the black community, or is much of the crime and the things that people are fighting and killing around, and the poverty and the ecstasy and the fentanyl, is that coming from outside sources? It is our common enemy that is the number one proponent of crime in the black community. Yeah, we're going to take responsibility for ourselves, but it is our enemy that has set up crime in the black community and set the conditions for crime in the black community, and have destroyed the black community and destroyed the black man that has set the conditions. And you can't call for the oppressor of our people to come and remedy a problem that he started in the first place and has every intention of continuing into the future. And if you fall for the logic that safety and security is a justification for the National Guard, then what he will do is create incidents that will justify further occupation and the destruction of your rights and taking you to the detainment camps. Donald Trump has already called now for the reinstatement of the death penalty in Washington, D.C. They're already calling to take prisoners who are incarcerated in America and to ship them overseas. We have said to you that what they are instituting through ICE against the immigrants, so-called immigrants, and the brown man and woman is a sign on the road to the attack on the black man and the black woman in America. You up here hollering, yeah, he's just getting the immigrants. He's just getting the immigrants. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm a foundational black American. No, you're a coon. That's what you are. You are a coon, because the attack on them is now coming around to us. Every time they're talking about the National Guard, they are talking about black people. When he's talking about crime, that's a dog whistle talking about black people. And he's putting a sign in white America's mind that you need military force to deal with black people. That black people are deserving of military force, and that black people are not due human rights and constitutional rights, and he's setting the stage for your destruction. Now, you've been warned about this for years, but it's coming to pass in your lifetime, and you cannot, as a black person or a black leader, fall into the trap. You say, well, what are we going to do about crime? What are we going to do about crime? You're going to stand up and do what the hell you were supposed to goddamn do all of these years in the black community. Hell, haven't we gotten the message? Didn't we get the message and our instructions at the Million Man March? Haven't the Nation of Islam been teaching us since the days of Malcolm X about what we must do in our community? Don't we know, pastor or preacher or community leader, what it takes? You mean we got to rely on a military force, and we're grown men in our community, and we got to rely on these National Guard, these goofy looking, Gomer Pyle looking, janky looking National Guard to come in and stop in our community what is right outside of our doorstep, that which we as grown men and women, we should be run off the planet if that's our option. If our only option to stopping crime is for military force, then take us off the damn planet. But we're not going to be taken off the planet. What we're going to do is get rational in this hour. What we must do is, and this is why we're going to be in Southeast at the Arc Theater. We're going to be at the Arc Theater Thursday, September 4th at 6:30 p.m. We're calling black lawyers out. We're calling all black men out. We're calling all anti-crime activists out. And we're saying that we will and can take command of this problem. We will and take command of this problem. We will not surrender to the forces of evil. Damn it, and if we scared of black youth and scared of the streets, let's just get off the planet. Now, to black youth who are out here, I'm coming back to the legal points, but I somehow or another, I got to cover these points. To black youth who are out here, you are the target of the destruction. You are the target of this conspiracy that we warned about for years. You are the target, and the aim is the destruction of young black people and young black men. They want us all, they want all of y'all locked up. They want you locked up, dead, or in prison. And so to our youth, your time for playing is up. Your time for not taking reality serious is up. There is an enemy after you. There is a satanic force that is after you that wants to kill you, incarcerate you, and to permanently banish you from the streets of America. They're tired of young brothers. They're tired of you. And they're tired of what we're doing. And to be honest, our community is tired. Our community is tired. But our solution is to engage. Our solution is to engage. Our solution is to organize black youth. Our solution is to get into the trenches and do that work that we need to be done. So in that regard here, you can inspect, pardon me. In that regard, you can expect a tremendously strong increase in the recruitment of the Black Panther movement and other black nationalist forces in the black community. To all of you Garveyites, everybody under the red, black, and green, all these black organizations that are talking black, your job and our job is in the streets. We either take command of the youth in our streets, or the enemy is going to take command of these streets, and he's going to kill all of our youth, and he's going to kill us all. We must take command right away. I'm talking about black conscious organizations. So to that extent, expect the rise of the Black Panther movement and intensify. And that all of the disputes and the differences amongst Black Panthers anywhere, you got to dissolve that right away. Our community needs a strong Black Panther movement, Black Panther parties. They need that. That's that strong force that can attract those youth. These youth are not weak. They don't want a milquetoast philosophy. They don't want this weak teaching. They don't want this weak teaching that some of the anti-violence groups. They want what we have. Now you got to give it to them. Our army is right there with the youth in the streets. Our army, our army. They talking about the National Guard, but I'm here to talk about the National God. And that National Guard is there in the streets. It is our time now. We have to dedicate. We have to go to war now, man. We got to go to war for our people. The enemy is going to war after our people. We got to go to war for our people. So we must stop the killing. We must give our youth a knowledge of self. We must give them employment. We must give them fatherhood. We must give them mentorship. I have a daughter. I'm not blessed with any sons yet. Shout out to my great cousin, Ted Sutton, Pastor Ted Sutton. Maybe he's on the line. The attack is coming to Baltimore. I have not been blessed with sons yet. I believe I will. But I know right now I got many sons out there in the streets that need me, and that fathers have been wiped out. I know I can find me right now some 17, 18, 19-year-old sons. And so I'm saying here that on behalf of Black Lawyers for Justice, yeah, we're suing. Yeah, we're attacking in court, but we also hitting the streets. Yes, legal observers. I told my law partners, yes, as a legal observer, I'm going to the streets. I'm gonna be a part of those patrols. We have our legal documents, our Know Your Rights legal forms. We have all that information that I was dropping. We have information to train them on dealing with the police, but we can't have information without having live bodies to spread that information. And so Attorney Shabazz is you're going to see me in the neighborhoods. I mean, I'm already in the neighborhoods, but you're going to see me in more neighborhoods. I'm going to be in Ward 8. I'm going to be in the back streets of Ward 7. And I'm going to be teaching legal rights, and I'm going to help my brothers and sisters to raise up an army of good. We must have an army of good. We must have an ark to get our people out of this condition. We must have an ark. And that ark is going to consist of mentoring, of Black men that care. So all my brothers in Washington, D.C., I'm calling for an end to all petty differences. That let us unite. Yeah, we may have differences. Some of us may not even like each other. But right now, that our enemy and our problems are much, much, much more greater than our differences. And so I call for Black men in Washington, D.C., Black organizations to unite. Black men and Black organizations all across the country to set aside our differences and to unite. Black Lawyers for Justice is, again, to conclude, finally. I've calmed down. To conclude, if you have been victimized by the police, had your rights violated, we're working here around the clock. Text us 240-688-0735. 240-688-0735. Get those badge numbers to those cops. Get that information to those police and text us. Text us. We want the videos. We want the information. We're going to, we have no fear of going to federal court and fighting back. And the legal tool is a powerful tool. It's not the only tool, but it's a powerful tool. Yes, know your rights. We're instituting police patrols. We are, and Black Lawyers for Justice, in conjunction with the Black Panther movement, in conjunction with other citizens that are spanning out right now, we have began police patrols in Washington, D.C. They're out there right now getting camera footage, and they're at the different checkpoints. They've already started, but they're going to intensify. We must have a citywide culture of monitoring the police, of observing the police, of recording the police, and holding the police accountable, and it must spread into every household, okay? Grandmamas are going to be picking up that camera. Average citizens and workers and nurses are going to be picking up that camera and documenting. everybody in the district, everybody where this attack is going on. We want you monitoring the police in the community and getting their badge numbers and information. And our patrols are beginning, and we are going to maintain our patrols in the streets, and our legal observation is going to increase. And we're going to need your help. We're going to be asking for your specific financial help, because we are putting the forces and the vehicles and the recorders in the streets so that we will protect our people's legal rights and their human rights towards our drive for self-determination. Okay, so that's lawsuits, that's legal training and patrols in the streets. I'm going to be conducting a citywide legal training online come next Monday. Or come next week, I think, next Monday after next. Within the next 10 days, I'm conducting online a citywide legal training where everybody's going to tune in on Zoom, and I'm going to educate the city on, and maybe the police will tune in also. They need to know also, because obviously they don't know. But anyway, I'm conducting legal training citywide, and I'm conducting legal trainings nationwide. You contact me by texting 240-688-0735. I will bring my police legal training to your high school. I will bring it online to your college. I'll bring it personally to your college or online to your college. I will bring it to the city of Baltimore. I will bring this legal training to your organization and seminars. I will bring what I have of knowledge and experience in dealing with the police to all Black organizations or institutions if you contact me. And next Friday, we're going to have a big meeting online in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to teach Washington, D.C. the rules of engagement and how to deal with the police in Washington, D.C. Finally, this is a call to all organizations, all social organizations, all community organizations, all liberation organizations. This is a call to engage our community and engage our youth in this hour. This is a call to all Black men and all Black fathers to engage and to seize upon every opportunity to mentor and to grab a hold of every young Black man that you may see headed towards criminality in this hour. Criminality meaning attacking our own people. This is a call now for us to engage our community more than we've ever engaged them before. And this is a call specifically to liberation organizations to recruit Black youth and Black men into strong Black conscious organizations so we can get them out of the killing fields and get them into productive Black organizations that are training and defending the Black community. That's our mandate, and it's a big mandate. It's a big mission. But guess what? The enemy is on a big mission. We mentioned to you earlier that this enemy is attacking everywhere. He's not laying back. He is exercising his power to do wickedness all over the earth. You must exercise your God-given power to do God's work all in your community. Remember, the God power to solve this problem is in your hands. You have the power now to wake up the Black community. The Black community is looking for you, Black leader, Black nationalists, is looking for you right now. You have that power to help recruit and to help raise up an army and to solve this problem. And to all of the others that have been training out there. Now, y'all have been training for years, and training is absolutely necessary. We've been training for years, and to all of the Black training groups and two-way groups, you've been training for years. But training time is over, my dear brothers. That training now has to go into action. All of these Black strong groups that are out there in military fatigues and have been training, now you have to take action in these cities. You have to take action in Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and around America. You have to directly engage the black community, and we have to convert our youth into an army of good. Otherwise, they're going to be killed and destroyed. Before they even kill us, they're going to be killed by our open enemy. And so to all of the commanders out there and all of the leaders out there, it's time to elevate right now. We have to come offline and get into the black community. We have to complete training, and we have to move out on the battlefield. The battlefield is there. The tanks are there. The armored vehicles are there. The enemy is there. And by God's grace, we're here. Honors to all of you, the Emmett Till family. Honors to you, brothers and sisters struggling against this attack. Even Wes Moore, who we disagree with him rejecting the reparations bill in Maryland. Yeah, we disagreed with him, and we're going to continue to disagree with him on that point. But we also say that, at least I say for myself, that other than that, I believe that Wes Moore, the black governor of Maryland, has been a decent governor. As a black man over the governorship and as a family man, he's a man whose governorship has credibility that I respect. He's under direct attack. He's under direct attack from Donald Trump. So I say to Governor Wes Moore, we're going to get you to reverse your stance on the reparations bill. And Malik Shabazz says that the same dog that bites you bites me too. The same dog that bites you, Governor Wes Moore, it bites me and our brothers and sisters too. Muriel Bowser, we've disagreed on some real serious points. But the same dog that bites you, Honorable Mayor Muriel Bowser, same dog that bites you bites us too, bites me too. Black family and black nation, let us come together in this hour. We are God's chosen people. We are in the furnace of affliction for good reason. We are in furnace of affliction for good reason. We've been brought in the West into slavery and held captive into good reason. We are sitting here. We are not the leaders we're not over Burkina Faso. We're not over a black nation. We don't have a land and territory of our own here, though that territory of Africa, it is ours. But where we live at, we don't own and control this. We are surrounded in a bastion of white supremacy. We are surrounded. We're not even in Jamaica or Barbados. We got good family there, but those are majority black nations. Here we are now. We are behind enemy lines. We're 400 years in bondage. We are those people of the scriptures in a land that is not our own for 400 years. And we are prophesied to come out with great substance. We're prophesied to come out of this stronger. But the only way we're going to fulfill prophecy is to be strong when it's time to be strong. The only way that we're going to come out and fulfill scripture, or otherwise we're going to be a fraud to the scripture. The only way we're going to fulfill it is we have to meet the challenge when the challenge comes. There is no mystery God. There is no magic that's going to happen. Whatever prophecy is going to be fulfilled, you and I must stand up now and fulfill it. We are the fulfillers of prophecy. We are to fulfill Malcolm's vision, to fulfill Garvey's vision, to fulfill Khalid Muhammad's vision, to fulfill Harriet Tubman's vision, to fulfill Huey P. Newton's vision, to fulfill Louis Farrakhan's vision. We are to fulfill it in this hour, but we must stand up in this hour. We've been given a powerful and a wicked enemy in this president for good reason. He's given to us, so we'll stand up to the challenge and be strong. We'll be strong. If we have been stronger in the black community with our efforts, we would shut his mouth by now. Had we been stronger, we would shut his mouth by now. But now we can shut his mouth, and the eyes of the world are on us. Let us stand strong in this hour. Y'all get in touch with me. I'm sincere in what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Where there is no justice, there will not be any peace. God bless everybody. Onward to the victory in this fight. Black power.